Hello collective, welcome back to my channel. This is Intuitive Tarot, back with another general reading. Hopefully you guys are doing well, blessed, and highly favored, staying prayed up, being beautiful and handsome as ever, as always. If you're new to my channel, welcome. Mwah. Hugs and kisses to all of you. Thank you guys so much for your support, your likes, definitely your subscribes, and your comments. All right, as well as your emails. Thank you so very much for your support. I'm going to do a general reading now. Any sign can be significant. So we're gonna go with Leo now. This could be high vibrational, low vibrational Leo. You know how it go. All right, it could be a cross watcher. It could be a placement in your chart. It could be a cusp. So only take what resonates, leave the rest for someone else who does. This entire reading may not resonate with you, and that is fine. There are other Leo readings. All right. But let's get right into it. Let's dive right in and see what's going on. Messages for Leo. Let me clear precise messages for Leo. Show me what I need to see. Messages for Leo. Show me what I need to see. What do I need to know? Messages for Leo. Show me what I need to see. Holy Spirit, Holy Angels. What's going on with my Leos? Give me 3 cards. Give me 3 cards on Leo. First card out, I have childhood traumas. Man or woman. Messages for Leo. Messages for Leo. That's why Leos need to know what's going on. It's a message for Leo. You want my Leos to know what's going on with my Leos. Child, that's too many. Messages for Leo. Return to sender. You could then return to sender, or someone's doing a return to sender. Next card, butterfly back or chest tattoo. Could be significant, man or woman. Somebody could have a butterfly back or neck. Butterfly back or chest tattoo. Could be significant. Leo, whoever this reading resonates with, or whatever part of the reading resonates with you. Next card. Lies, slander, gossip. Next card. Catfishing. social worker can be significant. What is this about? Messages for Leo. What is this about? Somebody could be sending someone the evil eye, like return to sender. Make sure you guys are doing your return to senders, calling for your energy back from these people, places, items, platforms, child, even. Cause messages for Leo. Give me one more overall energy. The 17th could be significant. December 17th, October 17th, November 17th. Could be someone's birthday. These month and dates can be significant. Messages for Leo. Somebody making fake profiles. Catfishing. Anything else from Leo? Your weight won't stop. Hasn't changed how fine you are to me, Divine Feminine. Yeah. So if you weight conscious, you know what I'm saying? Like thinking about because it's giving like somebody, looking at their weight, or they may be feeling like, a past person, or you may be feeling like, people from your past or moving forward, like your weight may have gotten in the way of somebody, being attracted to you, desiring you, wanting you, or being serious about you, but it hasn't. Ain't nothing, they still feel like, your weight to this person makes you feel, they still feel like, they still consider you fine, regardless, man or woman. Divine Feminine. Next card, struggling with seeing how many family members are against them. Split the deck on the Page of Cups and the Wheel of Fortune in reverse. Pisces, Capricorn. Somebody could want to come in, could be a sibling, could be a lover, um, a young person that they could be young at heart, but they're thinking of like some type of way, a message, trying to come in with some type of message of love or something like that. But it's coming with some type of emotional risk. Okay, they could be fantasizing about this, or someone is wanting to go maybe towards something, especially if this was somebody that, lacked commitment, had commitment issues. Especially if they were in their head about, taking a leap of faith, you know what I'm saying? Or, looking at where their luck, would get them, you know what I'm saying? If they went in a certain direction, if they took a certain path, if they made certain decisions, made this, somebody, afraid of change or fear, you know what I'm saying, of the unknown. But you can't, really say, how something is going to turn out if you don't take action. You know what I'm saying? So it's like going on the planning a trip and then decide you're not going to go because you don't think you're going to enjoy it. You hadn't even, you know what I'm saying, made the necessary steps, to even see what it is not to enjoy. Why wouldn't you enjoy it? Why, what could happen? What could, whatever it is that could happen, it can happen right where you are. You know what I'm saying? You don't even have to go on an adventure to go, you know what I'm saying, to experience that. It can happen to you where you are. So don't let that, don't let fear keep you from enjoying the things the goals that you set for yourself, the challenges that you may have to face. Don't let fear, make you not, work through it, you know what I'm saying, or go toward it. Clarify, I have childhood traumas. Messages for Leo. Clarify, I have childhood traumas. Who is this? Capricorn with the devil. Like somebody got some unhealthy things, going on. They could be dealing with some addictions. They could be dealing with, some things that they may not be too happy about, or these are things that they may be ashamed of, embarrassed by even. Like these could be things, that may have made somebody feel trapped, you know what I'm saying, in unhealthy relationships, whether it was family, whether it was lovers, whether they were um, friendships, you know what I'm saying, but they were, especially when it comes to like habitual liars, I'm getting. Like somebody, may have been at the Eight of Pentacles at the bottom of the deck. Yeah, it could be abusive. It could be, um, like people that may have had addictions, or, something that may have, some people or something that may have been obsessive. You know what I'm saying? Like somebody may have had addictions that, may have contributed to somebody's traumas. You know what I'm saying? Or this, was, like I said, could have been dealing with somebody that had addictions, maybe alcohol abuse, verbal abuse, mental abuse, you know what I'm saying? But it's things that, somebody may have went through, you know what I'm saying, that they may not have gotten the proper help, you know what I'm saying, or even really professional help, to address them issues, to find better ways to like not allow those things to trigger, them to mistreat, outside people, you know what I'm saying, or other people that don't deserve it based on what they done been through, you know what I'm saying? Um, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. What's the devil? I have childhood traumas. Clarify the devil. Eight of Pentacles in reverse, Sagittarius. The Hierophant at the bottom of the deck in reverse. If this person was moving slow towards you, or if they were going through things that may have, made it seem like they were moving at a slow pace, coming towards you, when it came to taking action in something, in a relationship, in a business, at work or something like that, they may have, been moving at a slow pace. Like somebody, is working on like possibly, overcoming things that may have always came with my way or the highway. You know what I'm saying? With the Hierophant in reverse, like somebody now is freeing themselves of, thinking, based on how other people want them to do things, going, by the book, going by tradition, going by, a one-sided view. You know what I'm saying? And this is somebody, looking at how, thinking for themselves, creating, their own ideas, coming up with things that they feel like, is going to work for them. Like however something looks or however they see something to be, for them to think, about it the way, address it the way they feel, is best for them. Go the route you feel like, is best for you. Do what's best for you. Don't rely on someone else telling you, um, doing something this way is the only way. You know what I'm saying? This is the only way you're going to do this. It's just about this, it's that. You know what I'm saying? It's nothing else. It's like that. It's like, think for yourself. Use your own intuition. Let your gut feeling, let your conscience, let your heart, let your, your intuition be your guide. Don't let fear guide you. Don't let other people's fear, what they can't accomplish, make you feel as though you can't get something done either. You know what I'm saying? Don't let other people's fears, trap you or suffocate you because of their beliefs. You know what I'm saying? But with the Hierophant in reverse, like, somebody is wanting to free themselves from that. But, whoever they are, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, they could have been moving slow, at a slow pace towards you, Aries, Leo, Sag. Like somebody could have been moving at a slow pace. Like I said, it could be in a partnership, a work environment or something like that. Or just, when it comes to some type of connection. When it comes to, however your involvement with this person is, or this environment, or this situation, or this, you know what I'm saying, whatever cycle this is dealing with, somebody was moving at a slow pace. Like they were slow to take action in something. It may have felt like you got to a certain level or phase of, some type of situation or environment, and it's like it changed or it slowed the fuck down. What's the devil with the Eight of Wands in reverse? Mistress for Leo. What's the devil with the Eight of Wands in reverse? Clarify the devil with the Eight of Wands in reverse. What's the devil with the Eight of Wands in reverse? Clarify the devil with the Eight of Wands in reverse. I have childhood traumas. What's the devil with the Eight of Wands in reverse? You got the Ten of Cups with the World in reverse. You could have seen like a wanted Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio. Like Ten of Cups could be, somebody seeing something with you. You know what I'm saying? Like this is, like a goal somebody got in sight. But it's like somebody may feel like, it's too difficult or it's too complicated, or too challenging to achieve. You know what I'm saying? Because it is. Like, it may be some things they feel like, um, they need to put a more determining effort into. And they could be struggling with, seeing how many family members are against them, doing this. Yeah, Two of Cups in reverse at the bottom of the deck. With the Lovers in reverse, Four of Wands. Yeah. Like, somebody could be used to, or they childhood traumas, could be centered around, one of them things could be like a broken marriage, you know what I'm saying, divorce, or um, them being afraid of, like, going toward this 10 of cups and they not being able to fulfill, or the shoes of responsibility, and end up going through a divorce. They don't want that. Like, somebody is not up for divorce. They're not up for, an unhealthy connection that, may result in, another unhealthy relationship, marriage, you know what I'm saying, friendship, be it partnership, business, whatever. Like, somebody does not want to repeat something, or end up in a cycle where they, being reminded of, somebody that didn't put in enough work, or they didn't, wasn't enough, you know what I'm saying, or they not good enough, or something like that. Because it's like now, Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio, like somebody got, like some, especially if somebody had to keep you, a secret, you know what I'm saying? Like, they had you in like a third party situation, or they were someone that, was not open about, how serious, they were about you, or something like that, or like their involvement with you or something. It's like somebody had to, like, feeling like something got to be, kept a secret. Like, for some reason. Yeah, that's where this catfishing come in at, I feel like. Because somebody, may have a, clarify catfishing. This is just for Leo. Because I'm curious, like, what the fuck that's about. Clarify catfishing. Six of Pentacles. With the Five of Pentacles at the bottom of the deck. What's the Six of Pentacles with the cat with catfishing? Three of Pentacles in reverse. Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. Somebody is very generous, very giving. It's like somebody um coming off of somebody, that's very giving, like somebody, that's very generous. Like maybe telling somebody, that they can give them get them this, get them that, but they not willing to like come into some type of union with them or something like that. Like somebody's not able to, like somebody saying, I can send you this, but I can't come by. I can, give you this or give you that. You know what I'm saying? But I'm not gonna be able to meet you or like come see you or visit you or something like that. It's like somebody willing to give somebody something, but they don't wanna making excuses, you know what I'm saying, not to meet up or not to, come together and make a like a, what I'm saying, teamwork makes the dream work, you know what I'm saying? But somebody catfishing. So it's like somebody using, work or, saying they stuck at work or saying that they, got some type of, something they dealing with that may not, allow them to be able to move right away. You know what I'm saying? They not able to work with this person right now. You know what I'm saying? Maybe saying I'm in some type of, predicament, or I'm like somebody trying to say that they constantly at work. I'm always doing this or that. You know what I'm saying? But it's like somebody actually not ambitious enough and don't have the confidence really to like meet somebody face to face. You know what I'm saying? That they can be very giving, you know what I'm saying? Very generous, with their time and their energy, just talking good, very encouraging and stuff like that. But this is somebody that, at most times like not even really able to FaceTime with you. You know what I'm saying? Like they somebody that don't even um can we talk, on the phone, or can we like, I'm stuck at work right now, I'm not able to talk right now, I need to do this, I'm doing that, like I'm taking another shift, I'm working for a friend, something like that. Like somebody constantly finding things, to validate why they can't do more than what they're doing already. Could be a Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. So you got the Wheel of Fortune at the bottom of the deck in reverse, with the Devil in reverse. I mean, with the Death in reverse, with the Eight of Pentacles. It's like somebody, is like somebody want to stay, especially if they fantasizing, about, what can be. It's like somebody wanting to, what I'm saying, upright if it's somebody you know, and reverse if it's somebody you don't know. Who is this catfishing? Do the collective know who this is? Is this somebody that the collective knows that's catfishing them? Or is this somebody, from their past that's being catfished? Who is this that's catfishing? Do the collective know who this is? Upright, yes, reverse, no. Does this person know, does the collective know who this person is that's catfishing them? No, you don't. It could be a Knight of Cups in reverse. Piscean energy. Like you could want to take something slow with somebody, no need to like rush this person, to like come to some type of decision or, give you a whole like rundown about them or shit like that. It's basically like just go with the flow with this person, like take something slow with whoever this is. Because I feel like it's somebody that wants to, come off to you like somebody that but you don't know this person. Like they may use a profile picture or something of somebody like they feel like is your type, especially if they know your person or they know somebody they know of you. Because this is not somebody so they may know your, somebody connected to you in some way. What is this person's intentions for catfishing? What are their intentions? What are their intentions with this catfishing? Messages for Leo? Like, what are their intentions for catfishing? What is this person's intentions for catfishing? Shit, I did get the Eight of Pentacles, now it's the Four of Pentacles. Whoever this is, they somebody that, is refusing to change. Like somebody's either in fear of change, like they could be penny pinching, you know what I'm saying? They could, be, using, money as a way to control, what's going on, or using, their energy in a way to like kind of manipulate another person, in a way to where they can get them to just go along with something the way it is. It's like somebody, if they met you online, they want to stay that way. They don't want to, get to the point of like actually meeting you or something like that, or, seeing you in person. It's like somebody want to keep, the way they making you feel about them as a way to control, you ever seeing them, like giving you false hope. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, they could be not doing very well financially, but they just very giving in the energy. You got the Four of Swords at the bottom of the deck now in reverse. Libra energy. The Page of Swords in reverse. The Moon. Knight of Swords in reverse. Yeah. And it's like somebody, in their head a lot too when it comes to this communication being the way it is. It's like somebody not allowing themselves, to like get any rest. You know what I'm saying? Like when they not talking to somebody, or the fact that somebody not talking to them is like, is somebody not getting some type of rest. Like especially if somebody not able to get some type of peace or inner peace, you know what I'm saying, for themselves. It's like somebody, need to rest their mind, let something go. before they, really make themselves ill. Because somebody don't like the fact that somebody, is not speaking to them, not talking. Page of Swords in reverse. It's like someone, that's very spiteful, very vengeful. You know what I'm saying? Gossip, lies, slander. Could be a low vibrational air sign. Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. Like somebody, they could be a younger person, but they also could be somebody very immature, very envious. But also this is somebody dealing with insecurities, just like basically the root of their problem. You know what I'm saying? So somebody may be making up shit, you know what I'm saying, just because somebody not talking to them. Or they know that they, you know what I'm saying, feeling some type of way that somebody not responding or ain't giving them the attention, that they looking for, when they come to them wanting to know what's going on, when they come to them wanting to ask, like they could be curious about some things, but because they don't see or don't talk to a person they don't know, they just making shit up now. So make sure you're doing your return to senders, Leo, for somebody, just saying shit now because they, upset with the fact that, they ain't been able to get no rest, they ain't getting no peace because they ain't talking to you. You ain't talking to them. You know what I'm saying? Two peas in a bucket. So, with the moon out here, Piscean energy, with the Knight of Swords in reverse. So, yeah, somebody know they can't come towards you with that aggressive shit up. Pop, pop, pop. You know what I'm saying? Like, ain't nobody got time for that. So, at this point, it's like somebody feel like it's something they ain't seeing. Or they feel like, it's something that they confused by what it is they don't see or don't know, don't have access to. It's like somebody, feel like they questioning their instincts, questioning their own intuition, or somebody got them doing it. Somebody got them questioning their own intuition. You know what I'm saying? Making them feel like it's something going on. Like just feeding them a bunch of lies and slander and shit to make them, rise up and go do some bullshit. You know what I'm saying? So it's like somebody catfishing another person, because they really ain't, you know what I'm saying? They may try to get this person to, get them to meet them somewhere. Somebody be trying to get you to meet them somewhere, but they, refusing to like meet up with you or something. See you, they'll send you some money. You know what I'm saying? They'll talk to you maybe. You know what I'm saying? Have good conversation with you back and forth, texting and shit like that. But when they come to FaceTime or some shit like that or doing like no. And this person, could be, that's liking the energy that's being exchanged. Like they could see, could probably feel like, you're very giving, you're a very kind person, you give good advice, shit like that. But they may be, making you feel or, coming off like, I'm at work right now, can't talk, so, want you to understand this or want you, I would do this, but I'm kind of stuck, right now. So, or let's meet up. I gotta do this, I gotta do that. But like somebody is penny pinching, you know what I'm saying? Like they ain't doing so good financially, and it could be somebody like I said that's open mind. Got a one track mind, you know what I'm saying? And they could just be a hoarder, somebody that's obsessed with just taking. You know what I'm saying? This is a taker. This is somebody that will take more than they need, than they deserve. You know what I'm saying? Like somebody in your energy could be dealing with somebody like that. You know what I'm saying? A past person could be dealing with somebody like that. Or a past person, it could be this way towards somebody they're dealing with. It's like basically what I'm saying is that this person, was somebody that was a taker with you, they taken from somebody else too. Like they, or they using, fake profiles to like try to get more than what they deserve out of people. You know what I'm saying? And that may be something that they feel like, is their way of like, lining their pockets. You know what I'm saying? Or being able to get some type of communication out of you or this or somebody in your energy, maybe dealing with somebody like this, that this is their way of being able to converse with this person to try to see, what they got going on with whoever. Like, how somebody, try to keep you on the phone as much as they can to make sure you ain't talking to nobody else. Even if they really don't genuinely want to be with you, You know, it could be like somebody, connected to you from a past person, a baby dad or a baby mom or something like that. And it's like that person got like a homeboy friend, you know what I'm saying, a family member that got a fake profile. They talk to you. They able to say things to you, converse with you, ask you certain things, you know what I'm saying, about your past, stuff like that, tell you about something they got going on, tell you something about a past person that you got blocked that's going on with them, to see how you feel about it. You know what I'm saying? What kind of encouraging thing you will say, about somebody going through that. You know what I'm saying? Especially if they saying it's them, but it's probably really about somebody else that they know knows you. You know what I'm saying? Or this is somebody that knows you that's making a fake profile. They catfishing, you know what I'm saying? But they using, things that they feel like, is energy. This could be also an energy vampire. You know what I'm saying? Like people, try their best to play on whatever they feel like your gullible side is, your goodness is, and build and pull off of that. You know what I'm saying? And people like that will leave you feeling drained every time you talk to them. They got some shit going on. They got something they need you, something going on with them to make you question, like, what the fuck going on with them? Like, why you like this? Or every time you talk to them, they got something going on. They really ain't got a whole lot of good things to say to you, but it's mostly you always encouraging and, putting in and pouring into them. You know what I'm saying? Be mindful of people like that, Leo, because them energy vampires, you know what I'm saying? Those are people that are unawakened. Those are people that, refuse to go within and, do their own self-care, self-love, you know what I'm saying? Align themselves with the universe so that they can receive whatever goodness their ancestors, their angelic angels and all they got to give at that point. You know what I'm saying? You can't be somebody crutch because they'll, drain your ass dry and move on to the next person. Come back when you done, restock, restored, and you know what I'm saying, to build yourself back up. Now here their ass come again. You know what I'm saying? But whoever this person is, they still, your weight, don't stop nothing. They ain't changed, how fine they see you. You still fine to them, divine family. Clarify struggling with seeing how many family members are against them. Messages for Leo, clarify. Struggling with seeing how many family members are against them. It's a mature man, Capricorn energy, King of Pentacles. With the Ace of Pentacles at the bottom of the deck. Prosperity coming. So you could be especially if somebody, is a healer. Like somebody's very good with handling money. Like somebody could be a business owner, or they could, have a like if this person had commitment issues where, they may not have stayed somewhere very long to really see something through, or if they, haven't made sound decisions, that they actually stick with without being easily influenced or distracted or um manipulated, into changing their mind based on how other people responses are, especially if they feel like they gonna piss some people off if they make this, decision. Because somebody could have been a people pleaser at some point, but there's somebody, here that knows, how some people know, like if I get this new car, man, it's gonna be some people that's gonna hate me. Man, they ain't gonna even want to see my face. It's like, cause shit, I can't even believe I got the car. You know what I'm saying? That ain't gonna help. You know what I'm saying? You know what it is. You know what the energy gonna hold. You already know what the, the looks gonna be like. Especially because it ain't them. And it's like, you can encourage somebody, man, this could be you tomorrow. You know what I'm saying? You ain't gotta be jealous of me. You ain't gotta, you know what I'm saying? Oh man, what's going on about that? You know, they want to make you feel bad because you're doing good, or making you feel bad because you achieved something, making you feel, some type of way, and they didn't want to say, oh no, they ain't mean nothing by it. Yes, they did. Yes, they did. If you had to ask them whether they rather that happen for you or for them, they would quietly say if they had no way of having they said that they would rather that that vehicle would have been theirs instead of yours. They would rather, even if they already got a vehicle. I already got a car. Why would I? You know what I'm saying? Why not? You know what I'm saying? But I feel like this is like somebody that not looking at the fact that they may not have expected their family, to feel some type of way because they doing a little better. They want to do something different. They want to go another route. They may not have expected their family, to like look upside their head like they doing. You know what I'm saying? Or try to, throw shade, their way or something like that. You know what I'm saying? Or throw some slick shots out there, or like try to, say something negative about you, as a way to distract this person, or, um, and not even distract this person, but like kind of throw them off, about coming towards you or liking you or being with somebody like you or something like that, or using, But what this Ace of Pentacles is giving prosperity, but it's giving whatever was taken, Six of Pentacles, you know what I'm saying? Four of Pentacles, whatever is taken is going to be restored. Whatever somebody, you know, manipulated, you know what I'm saying, took advantage of, you know what I'm saying, when it came to you, it's going to be restored. Because I feel like somebody, just feels like, they money was the first thing. I feel like somebody energy, money, they financial, situation took a hit, and that was their karma. Whoever this is that it was catfishing or whatever, like somebody, took a hit, you know what I'm saying, and they, now, even if somebody, was involved like in some catfishing or something like that, somebody Pentacles is taking a hit. Their energy is taking a hit. They, things that they may go toward to try to, um, build their finances back up. It's like somebody penny pinching right now because they may not be able to give you an offer or something like that. They may even be stuck at a job that they don't even like. But that's what they get for catfishing. You know what I'm saying? But I feel like what's taken. You know what I'm saying, is going to be restored. I feel like it's time. For somebody to be responsible about how they use their money, what they do with their money. You know what I'm saying? What they do with their time, what they invest in. You know what I'm saying? Because some of the things that people be real generous, some people may be giving to people that they know they ain't got no business giving to. Like somebody may have, addictions to where they may be giving to like online communities and stuff like that, porn sites, stuff like that, that, may be burning through their fucking pockets to where, these addictions may be people that they, be video vixens, you know what I'm saying, Instagram models, stuff like that. They may be giving to people that they ain't even got time for their ass, you know what I'm saying? But now they penny pinching. You know what I'm saying? Because now they, trying to have something to want to go towards somebody, you know what I'm saying, or try to make better decisions. But it's like whoever they may have gotten involved with, or whoever somebody, did have already, around them, it's like now somebody, feel as though now they being blocked, or they were, getting what they were getting out of somebody, not somebody being blocked. So it's like, whatever they can't get information about, Page of Swords in reverse, like whatever they being immature about because they can't talk to somebody like they used to. They don't have that way of being in contact with them. Nobody went. This person don't answer their calls. They waiting on what that person doing. Who they talking to? They done got back with so and so. So they don't know. You know what I'm saying? So they just making up shit. Struggling with how my family members are against them. Clarify. struggling with seeing how my family members are against me. Struggling with how the family members are against me. You got the Five of Pentacles with the Magician. Taurus, Gemini. Somebody struggling with that. Like they, could want to manifest, or they, looking at how they, may now, be going through some type of financial situation, to where they may have to, stay with some family or depend on family or something like that, and don't want to ask them for anything. But they, see you manifesting. Five of Cups in reverse, or they manifesting, yeah, this person could be. What's the Five of Pentacles with the Magician? Struggling with seeing how many family members are against them. What's the Five of Pentacles with the Magician? What's the Five of Pentacles with the Magician? Knight of Pentacles. With the Queen of Cups at the bottom of the deck now, Cancer energy. With the Eight of Swords in reverse. Like somebody trying to manifest possibly a Queen of Cups. A Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio, somebody could be manifesting, Leo right now. But it's like somebody, possibly is, manifesting like, some type of better job, you know what I'm saying? A better like somebody could be wanting to relocate. They could be wanting to look for a more, lucrative job, you know what I'm saying? Something that's gonna bring them a little more money in, to where, they can be a little more stable than they are, especially when it comes to them, coming into some money or, some type of position. It could be a promotion or something like that. You know what I'm saying? But it's like somebody, seeing how people, maybe looking at them now because, like where they at or where they were and where they going. You know what I'm saying? Like whatever it is, like, it's like somebody dealing with, and this could be somebody coming towards you that's going through this, Leo, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. Like, somebody could want to travel. They could, be looking at a job that may require them to travel. They may have to, it may involve travel, but they may have to, relocate or something like that. But it's like, someone wants to move forward, but it's like, they want to, free themselves from all these negative thoughts of whatever. You know how people may say things to try to keep you from going in that direction. Like, what if you go here, and then that don't work out? You know what I'm saying? And don't expect us to be here for you. Don't, this, and this. You know what I'm saying? Especially if somebody want to relocate where you are, or somebody may be, trying to, just remove themselves from the dynamic where they at, to like put themselves and, their goals in a better, frame of mind. Like somebody want to be in a better environment so they can think and they can create and they can, make the decisions they need to make without all the chaos, without all the people pleasing, they may have been, subjecting themselves to, you know what I'm saying? Or you. But I feel like it's something that, somebody that is not liking, about somebody that may, still have an interest in you, or they got some type of, deep like or compassion for you. You know what I'm saying? Passion for you as well. But it's like you could come off as somebody very quiet, or they may come off as somebody very quiet, or they see you as somebody very quiet, but also a good listener and things like that. You know what I'm saying? Like they may not say much, but when they do, Queen of Cups, they, you know, and you still may have some, skills, gifts, some talents that are still, being discovered about yourself. You know what I'm saying? So you still got some things, that you may be undeveloped in, when it comes to your gifts and whatever it is that, your ascension, requires, you to step into. And some folks, have to earn, the spiritual gifts that they have, to say that you know how to use them, and that you're using them and you don't lose them. You know what I'm saying? So at this point, it's like somebody could be manifesting, a better job for themselves, maybe even travel, being able to have, that money to be able to get to and from where you need to go and stuff like that. So, yeah. But like I said, I did see the Ace of Pentacles, out here as well. So there's prosperity, coming. There's things that's going to be restored, energy that's going to be restored, money, opportunities, career. You know what I'm saying? Prosperity, the seeds you planted. You know what I'm saying? It may be moving slow for someone, but it will, pick back up. Give me some more on this, struggling with seeing how family members are against them. Give me some more on this. Struggling with how family members are against them. What are these family members saying? How are they against them? Five of Pentacles about? Messages for Leo. What's this Five of Pentacles about? Seven of Cups in reverse, with the Judgment at the bottom of the deck. Like somebody should have let their feelings be their guide. They may not have done that in the past, especially if they were listening to outside people in their head, you know what I'm saying, having them in their head, about different things that they were trying to make this person, look at something negatively about. You know what I'm saying? Eight of Swords. Somebody was at a, Eight of Swords at some point. And now, in the upright, now somebody's like at an Eight of Swords in reverse, but with this Seven of Cups, it's like somebody, had too many distractions going on that may have, caused them to be confused about, what their purpose was, or what direction to go in, you know what I'm saying, what path to choose, especially, if they had too much going on and not taking accountability for, their actions at the time, like looking at the consequences. If I do this, what if I, thinking about who it's going to impact. It's more than just them, you know what I'm saying? So may have called judgment on this person as well, with the Judgment out here at the bottom of the deck. Like it's, time to like find new ways, you know what I'm saying, make adjustments, you know what I'm saying, to your life, so that way you can allow room for, opportunities to come in, you know what I'm saying, for whatever creativity you have to take off. You know what I'm saying? You can't do that with, a closed mind and people that don't want to, encourage you, you know what I'm saying, to go after whatever it is, you know what I'm saying, especially if you feel like you have the potential, or you have, the knowledge of, what you're doing and what it comes with, and willing to learn as you go, so that you don't get faced with challenges that you run from, instead of facing it head on to see how far you can go with that. And however far you get, if you run into a bump in the road, at least you got some, like-minded people, soul tribe, people around you, with the magician that the Most High and you can manifest in and ask, to be put on your path to help you, move forward. If you get stuck, or if you need, that consultation, or if you need that inspiration, you know what I'm saying, or you need that help, in that area, it's okay to ask for that. I remember seeing a guy earlier today was talking about how he took a motor out of a car, and he had this horse, this thing that, takes the motor up out the car, called a horse, maybe called some other things too. But he took the engine up out the car, and he was saying, he worked for a lot of different, people over the years, but he learned what he learned because he got tired of asking, people for help that, um, he thought, would be more than glad to help him, but they wasn't. You know what I'm saying? They made more excuses not to. Oh man, I ain't got time, I wish I could, man. Shit, you just gotta get in there. So he did. But at the same time, he said as he went along with working on his own car and helping others, with their car, he learned a lot along the way, and he wasn't afraid to stop and ask and make conversations with strangers. And all with that being said, he learned a lot by just openly starting conversations with strangers about certain things that he was curious about and wanted to know more about. And he asked them, talked, listened, and he applied, what they said, and he got as far as he got. So he, kind of was self-taught, but he, had people that was put on his path because he requested it, he manifested it, he went after it, he wanted it, and it was provided. But yeah, somebody doing this, Ace of Swords in reverse with this slander, lies, and gossip could be a low vibrational air sign, could be a Gemini. But return that shit to sender, because whoever this person is, they could have a butterfly back or a chest tattoo, like across their shoulders or something like that, or going down their back, or like on their left shoulder or something like that, a butterfly tattoo, or they can have it on their chest. Yeah, like over their left breastplate or something like that. But yeah, December 17th, October 17th, and November 17th could be significant. Social worker could be significant as well. Whoever this reading resonates with. Clarify social worker. Messages for Leo. Clarify social worker. You got the Five of Wands, Leo energy with the Queen of Pentacles at the bottom of the deck. So somebody, could be calling or trying to involve like a social worker in something. Um, and somebody don't like the fact that you love yourself. You know what I'm saying? You're not afraid of going on a journey. When it comes to you having to, deal with the challenges that may lie, on some type of journey. You know what I'm saying? Moving ahead, you could be a home maker. You know what I'm saying? You could, be a single parent mom or whatever. You could, be working from home. You could have, something you do outside of home and at home or something like that. You could be a home body as well, but you could be a homemaker, okay? But this Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, yeah, like, could be somebody wanting to use, a social worker in here when it comes to, like somebody involving them, when it comes to them wanting to call some type of, when it comes to some type of recognition. Like trying to, you know what I'm saying, like express their power, you know what I'm saying, throw around, their weight or whatever. Like they may have a relative or something like that, or somebody trying to, especially with this Two of Swords, like somebody could be trying to, say, they don't, it's like a third party situation. It's like somebody could be saying, they don't believe, that baby theirs or some shit like that, child. Who gives a fuck? What's this Five of Wands? That's just for Leo. Clarify the Five of Wands. Like somebody could be having some, conflict of interest too when it comes to, shit they don't, dealing with internally. The actions, somebody may have took that they dealing with, the thought of it or the actions that they took, like thinking about something. Could be battling, back and forth, with some type of, with some demons when they come to them, the thoughts, what I'm saying, they actions, people they have gotten involved with or be trying, could be causing them, battle with things, within themselves about, this social worker, like actually wanting to do this. Clarify the Five of Wands, the High Priestess, Cancer energy, with the star at the bottom of the deck. You could already know this though. What's the Five of Wands with the High Priestess? What's the Five of Wands with the High Priestess? The Moon. Somebody could be a water sign. Leo. But you could know somebody trying to, like trying to pull the wool over somebody's eyes or something, or like trying to, make somebody, question their intuition, or somebody trying to make them question theirs. Or you could know, that it's the fact that somebody got some shit that they trying to hide, or, they know it's something that they trying to keep secret, or they dealing with the fact that it's like something they not seeing. Like somebody confused. Like somebody's very elusive. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like they create a lot of illusions for their damn self. Or somebody's creating a lot of illusions for them, but you could already know that. Especially if they trying to make you feel like, make you think something ain't them. Or they didn't do something like that. Or they didn't cause something. Because whatever somebody goals is, they, you know what I'm saying? Like somebody feel like they know what their goals are, but something is like too far-fetched for them to be able to achieve it. Because it's like somebody don't like how they see themselves. Like if somebody see they, being like a hypocrite, a jerk or something, it's like somebody know they don't, they know how they being seen. They know how that make them look, but it makes it even worse. Because they, know what their goals are, but they just don't like how bad they want something and what they willing to do to get it. You know what I'm saying? Or make something, that way. Especially if they know you're going to stand your ground. You done overcame a lot of shit. Mm-hmm. Like this is a cycle that doesn't end. It. Somebody just, stuck with these memories or something like that. Of being this emperor in reverse. It could be juggling now, trying to, prioritize, being mindful of what they invest in and shit like that now. What's this top of this card say? Danny can be significant. Next card got beautiful and single divine feminine. And somebody can be a Mr. Can't, won't get right. But I'm going to end it here, you guys. Make sure you do something nice for someone today, even if you don't know them. Again, you got December 17th, October 17th, and November 17th out here. So those dates could be significant. But make sure you are doing your return to senders, all right? Because I feel like somebody is sending somebody the evil eye or doing some type of spell work, you know, with these lies, slander, and gossip. Hmm. But you still fine as fuck, all right? Collective. Don't worry about your weight, because, you know, like they said, don't worry about your haters, because your haters can't do nothing with you, all right? And, you know, your weight won't stop and hasn't changed how fine you are to me, divine feminine, all right? It ain't stopping shit. It ain't changed nothing, all right? But I feel like you got, you know, a couple people, you know, in your energy. You know, one of them may not be, you know, your cup of tea. It may be somebody, you know, you no longer invested in, or, you know what I'm saying? It could be a baby dad. Don't have to be. Mm. But they know they got some issues that they know, you know what I'm saying, is the reason why they move slow. Why something was at a slow pace. So, mm. But I'm going to end it here, collective. You guys, make sure you do something nice for someone today. This is a general Leo reading, so only take what resonates. Until next time, you guys. I love you. Bye.